All right, C1x Road launch day 32, I believe. Um, did some more work off video, so we'll run through those. Probably gonna be a shorter video today, maybe hour and a half. Um, Stuff I did off video. So the average strokes. This was something that I noticed was breaking only on the all-time stats view, and I spent some time troubleshooting last night. I was thinking it had something to do with the way I was saving or combining them in these functions up here, adding stat totals. Couldn't find the issue there. Then I realized that it was only happening when I was loading the stats in. It was from this normalized stat map. And I had some code here previously that was just forcing all numbers, integers, or doubles, being decimals, back to integers. So it was just clipping. So this would say like 2.00, even though this is the right value, and it's because it was getting clipped back to just a single whole number. So I removed that. That's been fixed. Average strokes a hole is showing properly now. C1x round grading. I talked a little bit about how I wasn't getting perfect scores for perfect rounds, and the reason for that was course difficulty. It was not. It wasn't doing anything it wasn't supposed to be doing. But if someone aced all 6 holes on a pitch and putt course, I initially had the thought that, well, that's like you can't do better than that. Doesn't matter if Gannon goes and plays 6 holes at a pitch and putt course, you can't do better than ace every hole. So that should be a perfect score. But then I was thinking about it, and it's like, well, depending on how short the course is, that it may not actually be that impressive. It'd still be impressive. But it would be possible to throw or putt the disc better. Like if it was a much harder course, those aces would mean something substantially more, and in that case, it would be a perfect score. So long-winded. I decided to leave the formula for calculating the round grade as is right now. In the off chance that somebody actually aces every hole on a course and they don't like the grade that they get, then they can bring it up with me. But until that happens, I'm not going to worry about it. Front 9, back 9. So Michaela had the comment here that it would make more sense if this metric was per round. Now that I'm thinking about that, that needs to only be, I guess this is not a big deal here at the moment. But the point of this is to show where you're typically scoring better, if it's on the front 9 or the back 9. When you're in the all stats view, this now shows it per round. So this would mean that you're typically scoring 2.62, or you're averaging a score of 2.62 strokes per round better on the back 9 than you are the front 9. If it was on the front 9, it'd be going the other direction. So I need to add an explanation for it, but that is that's how that's going to look. I don't want per round to show on I don't want per round to show on the single round view. So on this view, I don't want it to say per round, a little dash around there. So let's update that. Where's it at? Just showing label here. Let's go if, do I have round display on here? I don't. I think I want it though. Bool is for round display. This dot is for round display equals false, comma. And then down here, if is for round display, dot, 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 else. All right, and then we're going to show the normal label when it is for round, or when it's not for round display. So that's going to be up here. And then here, I just wanted to say front 9 versus back 9. So I'm just going to remove the dash there. Make that a const. Get rid of this. So now if I update this, it should update here. Oh, I didn't update the argument. I didn't update the argument. Widget factory. I guess here. Do I have it on here? Not. I just have it here. This is for round display. Which I am technically already passing to it. I think, right? On the I am. I don't need to worry about it there. I know that I already have it here, so we'll go is for round display, is for round display. Now it goes away. Okay, so I need a if second value is not equal to null. I can do that up here actually. We can go if is for round display or second value is equal to null. I think that should work. Yeah. So now we have C2 bonus front 9 versus back 9, and then if we go to the all stats view, per round. There we go. So that second value is null. Second value is only not equal to null on the front 9 versus back 9. So if it is equal to null, I know it's for the C2 bonus. I just need to show the label normally. But okay, so yeah, updated that title. That one's done. And then the driving graphics on par 4s and 5s. Previously, the driving graphic always matched circle and regulation if they were in the circle and regulation. That's no longer the case. So previously, this would have shown circle 1 and regulation on a par 4. It's not where the drive landed, but that's how the code was producing it. Now it shows it properly. So we fixed the driving graphics here. They're now showing what they're supposed to be showing. But yeah. So that was good. Good progress on those. We can check those off here. Done with the labeling there. Fix the greens and regulation. And then we're going to tackle this item next. And this might be the only item I really do in this video, implementing the ability to change whole pars during a round while you're scoring. So the goal is going to be, we have our score button, which produces a scorecard, and to make this pop up a dialog to change the whole par. And again, the reason for doing that is that right now in C1x, once you add a course, it's permanent. There is no way to change pars other than just to delete the course or re-add it again. And if you stumble or you're playing through a course and hole 17 is at a different pin position than you think it is, it's a par 4 instead of a par 3, that just messes up your stats because the par is not the same, so your greens and regulation isn't going to be right. Your score is not going to be right. So I want the ability to change pars quickly as a nicer way to accommodate pin positions. So on my round scorecard view, we're going to go to where that par button's at. It should be right next to, where are we at here? Delete outline. Go further down. Return hole count. And then so this is our next one. Where distance is set. I've got the on press there. And this is the round summary brief. So for starters, I'll just copy this in just to get the button working. And the only thing I'm updating there is the label. Otherwise, they're the same. Yeah. So let's copy in, show dialog here. We'll do a quick update. We'll tap it to see if it works or if I need to, yeah. All right, so I just had it pop up the round summary dialog, and instead what we're going to do is something more like this. Maybe I just go grab the options, return, show dialog. I'm just gonna grab this actually, and then I'll delete stuff as I need to. What do I think here? That's perfect. Right at the right spot. All right. So we'll start with this. So as of right now, this would pull up the options menu. Alert dialog. Let's go change whole par. Font size, padding, content. I don't know if I necessarily need that. I guess I can leave it in for right now. So I guess let's grab the text here. Let's go ahead and delete the whole column. Okay. We'll drop the text in first. And then this is going to be par, and I need that. Colors black. All right, and then I think I want little icon buttons down below it, and then a secondary button below that that just says confirm. Let me go grab this secondary button here. Oh, not in text. There we go. All right, so this can just say confirm. Screen width, screen height. Yeah, that's fine. Leave the on pressed blank for a second. And then let's go grab that icon button. Where am I at here? Change whole par. This will go here, here. Let me wrap this in a row. Give me another one of those. Let's come up here and create a variable. We'll just call it new whole par. New whole par equals 3. Not on options. Here we go. So on pressed, new whole par is equal to this. So we'll set the new whole par. Let's set this here. Par, new whole par. Nothing on set state yet. What's my dialogue here? What's the builder? Round options. Whole par context. Whole par set state. And we'll come down here. Whole par set state is what that's going to be. This is going to be the same thing. Let's open up ChatGPT. Give me a couple quick icons. Give me Flutter native icon options for a plus and a minus. Probably just the standard plus. Add. Let's do add here. What can minus be? Remove. We'll try those. 4 round scorecard. Do I want them to match those buttons? Maybe, we can try it. So this one's minus, so if new whole par is greater than 2, new whole par minus minus. If new whole par is less than 6, didn't put any parentheses around this. New whole par plus plus. Then we've got the secondary button that says confirm. Let's just do a little reset on that. See how we're looking. I am only doing this right now under distances were set, so it's not going to show here. Oh no, it does. Oh, I have distances set on this. Okay. Duh. Alright, change whole par. Par here. Let's do a little sized box. Height 20. Row, let's go space. I don't really want them spaced evenly. Let's center it, and I'll just add a little padding in here. Box width 10, sure. And then another little spacing here. Holy cow. There we go. Yeah, I mean, it's simple enough, right? It is simple enough. Par 4. Wanted to make sure that was updating. Maybe just add a colon here. Ooh. It's simple enough, right? I feel like it's probably going to be okay there. Maybe I should make it the same background as that. I think I'm going to call that okay for right now. So the only thing left to do is this, what we do when we confirm it, which is really going to be round information dot whole pars whole minus 1 is equal to new whole par. We go set state. I don't know if this is actually going to work as I want it to, but it's worth a shot. So I want it to then actually update the whole par. Okay, what if I do a throw and then 8 down? So it does seem like that's going to work exactly as I intended. And what if we undo? Right back, okay. And then if we finish here, am I still good? Yeah, it kept the pars. Do I? So I don't really want to change the timing when at which I'm saving rounds. Currently I'm just saving them at the end of each hole. I think I want to keep the same thing, so the question now is just verifying that I am saving those new hole pars. If round is over, else is current hole over, save scorecard information, and I'm saving hole pars. Okay. I mean, it seems like we're working. Let's do a reset and make sure that it's still showing the right pars. It looks like it is. Yeah. Cool. Well, that was really easy. Thankfully, I kind of already separated courses and rounds, how they're handled in my app. So as long as I'm saving the par, once the user finishes that hole, then it is permanently forever saved for that round until the round's either deleted or it's finished. Doesn't affect the courses at all. That was nice. Nice, easy fix. So now you can check out your scorecard and you can change hole pars. Make it small enough that it's really easy to tap outside of it. Yeah. Pretty happy with that. Okay. Keyboard hiding content. Maybe we try and test this out real quick. So this is my issue. If I do this, here it's kind of visible. On a smaller screen it is not. So I have an issue where, let's go to the out of course view. Let's see if I can grab a little code to copy and paste. Text field, keyboard. Where when a user taps on a text field, shrinks up the content they are typing into, which is wrapped in a container, and prevents the user from seeing what way our type. Is there an easy way to add an overlay of a text field so that when the user taps and is typing, the background content is slightly blurred and there's a field stacked on it which shows the text. Let's go see if I have that focus up here. Course name controller dispose. Course name controller. What error did I get here? Overflowed by 136,000 pixels on the bottom. What are you talking about? I don't know. Because what I would like to do is have it where when the user opens this up, there's like a overlay and a little number here that shows what they're typing in, just so they can see it. Not sure if that's actually what I want to do. Where's that text field at? Here we go. Style unchanged. Is this too much? Probably. Cool. I wasn't sure if that was too much code to paste in. Let's try creating this in a new file. Text field management. Okay. Good there. And then just this on an on tap. So let's go to the this text field first. Okay. So this is okay. Let's try it. Let's do a reset. See what the heck that looks like. So just doing the text field for the changing a course name here. Tapping the text field doesn't automatically bring up the keyboard. Set autofocus to true. Is it that simple? Setting autofocus to true doesn't work. This makes the text field focus when the view is launched. I only want the keyboard to come up once the text field is tapped. So yes, I want you to implement that suggested change. All right, let's update here. How to use is this. Let's reset. That is definitely nice. One more. Oh, there we go. All right, and then surely on this we can update text styles here. Yeah. Comma, color, style, black, font family, Lolita. Let's go app theme colors dot off white soft. A little off white. Otherwise, I think that largely looks good. And then let's I didn't change anything else here. So we've got number of holes, icon, container, icon, hole number. If is at distances, and then here I need this. Now, how do I set this call? Everything does use the other font on this view. There might be something to change here. All right, let's do a reset there. Check on the distances. Reset there again. Courses. It is really close. This is going to be a nice change. We'll eliminate any concerns I have over that overlapping issue, just because it's always visible right there. on tap would be the one I'm curious about. I wonder if text here, I just do that for when it launches. So it'll show the distances, but if you tap it, it then makes it blank so that I can type in. Like this, I guess. What does that do when I launch it? Hint text, type course name. So I need a, what, hint text here? I think. Gesture detector on tap. Maybe I just get rid of that controller. Do I have a controller up here? Like course name controller. What, because I created up here? I don't think I want to do that. Let's just see what that gets me here. Perfect. Maybe I can make the hint text this. So it'll always match whatever is entered. Nice little subtle change, I think. It's like if I type here and then I go like 256. Click it again, 256 is the hint text. Changed hold 2. Hold 2. Confirm. 285, yeah, works. Device. IO keyboard. There we go. I think it's pretty good, so no more worrying about covering up content. Yeah. how do I... Is it as simple as centering it? No. Is there a line here? Text align? Yeah. Center it. There we go. That's what I was trying to do. Just shift them over. Looks different at least. It's gonna go try and change some of these fonts here. Back to our app font, something I should have done. $25. Yeah. Just making some subtle changes here. We do need to go fill this in. What did I say I did? New. I won't mention anything about the front 9, back 9 because it's a new stat anyways. Fix the all-time stats on average strokes per hole, which is also a new stat, so I'm not going to worry about that. Shoot, and I deleted them, right? Pretty sure I deleted them. Fix that. Just new stat. I'll add a note here about the C1x grade. I should implement female protected. I don't know if I'm going to make the stats any different, but it would just be nice if you are a person who's typically playing in a female protected division, that this would at least show the right division. It would say FPO and not MPO. If you'd rather it say MPO, you can just leave it on unchecked, but that would be a nice thing to have in the app. Let's drag it up here. You can now change hole pars during a round by tapping on the par button. This is added to the list of stats shown on round summaries and on the all stats view. Do I actually give this view a header? I don't. Okay, was there something else that I did? There were 4 things, right? I think I already covered them. It was the all-time stats, it was all-time stats in this, it was fixing this label, it was that I wasn't changing the C1x grading system, and that I fixed the driving statistics. That was right. Fixed bug causing driving graphics to be incorrect on hole breakdowns for par 4s and 5s. Okay, and then we just added the par summary and then fixed new layout for text fields on add course view, which caused keyboard to cover content. To fix issue causing the keyboard to cover content. Okay. So I do think I'm gonna stick with this. Generally, I would say like the way this looks. Updated fonts. I'll add a course view. Have been updated to the app standard. Okay. Let's check it off. Female protected divisions. I can go ahead and add a toggle real quick. I can do that. Let's go to settings. I've already got one in there. Right here. So I have user settings down here. I do. Static var female protected divisions enabled equals false. Const divisions enabled key. Save unit of measurement. No, don't explain. Save female comma. Save female protected divisions enabled. Bool new value. And then we're going to use set bool. Give me that key. Okay, on main, when I load user settings, set down here. It is. Yes, perfect. Okay. And then on the settings, we'll add a new toggle. That's going to be like this flutter switch. Let's go maybe const sized box height 10. We'll add this in. Setting an index up here equals user female protected divisions. Yes. Bar. Probably doesn't matter. I can set it to be a bool. All right, so we've got the box. We're on to our second one here. So this can be, did I just give it an index? Enabled index. I do want to call it something different. All right, here's our second one. So that's going to be the value on toggle val set state. That index is equal to val. And then I really just need to pass. So here it's just going to be is equal to val and pass it. What's the toggle? Is it 1 or 0? Or is it a true false? It's true false, right? Yeah, I'm definitely using it as a true false here. So if it's, let's just verify, if it's false, I'm setting it to feet. Yeah. Okay. Okay, where were we? Up here. All right. So toggle now works, and we just need to update the colors. Maybe I keep the colors the same for the moment, actually. We can do that. Update with the right index here. And then what do I want the icons to be? MA, MPO, FA, FPO. Is that simple enough? I probably will update the colors a little bit. Oh, that's tiny. Okay. If I make it just bigger. No, that doesn't help me at all. I do have a header there too. I can add one here. We'll go here. And then above this, I'll add the title as well. Let's go mixed divisions. Female. Mixed female divisions. And then for the icons, maybe I just go M and F. F is not centered, and I don't understand why. F, M. Yeah, why is that? M is centered here. What's the difference? Centered, centered. This is a weird one. MPO is centered in the toggle here, but FPO is offset to the left. Okay. Size box, width 40. Center it and then get rid of that. And then here, center, here, size box, width 40, const. Does make them smaller though. If I go like 45, does that drastically help at all? Actually made it smaller. I don't think I like that change. Let me think of a different way to do this here. Maybe we just go on and off. I don't think that's actually going to help me at all. Yeah. Just going to make it way smaller, isn't it? Yeah. Hate that. And why won't you center? intuitively symbolize off and on. Toggle off and toggle on. Maybe I try that. Where do I use a good icon at? Kind of do on that switch. Further up here. Icon, here we go. This is what I wanted. All right, to settings, and then instead of this, we're gonna have some icons. And so this would be toggle on, toggle off. Let's see what those look like. Black. Huh. Power. See what that looks like. Power. Let's power off. I need other options. Need to toggle convey whether female protected divisions are enabled in my app. Does this help provide better options? Yeah, don't like the text. Female. Let's see what female looks like. No. Check circle. It's the best one I've got so far. Maybe we switch up the colors a little bit. An active color is black. Let's go active color is vivid sunset blush. Active toggle color. I wonder if I just make that white and then inactive toggle color. Maybe I make that the blush. Let's try it. I don't know if that's actually any good. It's close. This is just not what I want. So that's good. There, it's a white border. Active icon. So what, I just make this black then? If this becomes black, does it look bad? Sunset blush. I wonder if I were to do this as the vivid sunset blush. I want it to just be all black, but it doesn't work. The check stays as black. I think that's probably better. No. Checkbox. divisions. Display on the C1x Round grades system. This isn't used to affect anything other than the division shown. Not grade. Okay, so I'm now letting them toggle. When they change the value, it does update, so we could turn it on and then reset the app and it should still be on. Yep. And so now it's just a question of using it in the C1x round grading. And we should be good. Might not be something I fully get to yet, just because get division grade. String get F division grade. Or we'll just keep these in the same one. If user settings dot net else, and then this is all going to go inside of else. And now I need the exact same thing, but I have to decide if I'm going to change any of the grades. I feel like I probably should. No, I do want to add. Keep the spacing consistent there. All right, so what I actually should be able to do real quick, without changing what any of the grades are. So here I've got MA1 minus. Let's go enable it. FA1 minus. Cool. Okay, so we can show it. Now do I want to change grades? In principle I should. Not to say that people playing in the female protected divisions can't shoot scores, couldn't get C1x round grades in all of these ranges, but it is realistically based off of where each division actually typically performs. The values could all be a little bit lower. How much lower? I don't know. I mean, not too much lower. I could take half a point off of each. That wouldn't be that substantial of a difference. Okay, I guess let's go look up here. C1x putting grade 4 times putting decimal. It's like I'm wondering, like, what do I have to do to make the C1x putting grade half a stroke worse? So let's say, what's the equation constant? 0.25, right? Yeah. So 0.9 to the 1.25 times 4. 3.5. So to make it half a point worse, I would need to make this number let's send a 0.87. Excuse me. Like 0.75-ish. 12.12 lower. So let's say 0.85 to the one, because I just did 0.9. 0.85 doesn't do it. 0.8 does it. So if an MPO player shot someone playing in any of the M divisions shot a round that got a C1x grade of 8.0, a person competing in the female protected division could shoot that exact same round but putt 10% worse from C1x. Does that seem accurate? Like if a MPO player shoots an 8, female player shoots the exact same round but a 10% worse C1x putting percentage? I don't think the half a point adjustment is anything crazy. It could probably stand to be more than that to really be fair. Because C1x round grades, obviously, it's not based on a PDGA system, but you're going to have MA1 players shooting 960, 970, 980 rated rounds. That is FPO level. Sometimes, depending on how big the tournament is, it's more than FPO level. And so MA1 here is 7.5. Do I subtract a whole point off of it? Maybe that's really how I should be looking at it. MA2 players are going to shoot 910, 920, 930. We could call that FA1. But that's lowering it way too much. I think I'm going to go a full point right now. I don't think that's unfair necessarily. What was my grade at here? 6.25, which was FA1 minus, so it should now just be FA1. Oh. FA1 plus. Yeah, FA1 plus. So my change took this round from a FA1 minus to an FA1 plus, which I think is certainly accurate. We'll see. I mean, this is something that I'm certainly open to suggestions on. Getting some real round data from people would help that. But I think I'm probably going to call that good for the time being for the female protected divisions. Make sure it's carrying over right here too. It should be. There's no reason it wouldn't be FPO plus. Yeah. Okay, then we just use this same function, so I don't really have to change anything, which is great. Call that done. Only thing left is going to be that distance is added, and I'm not going to do that just yet. So the goal here was when I score rounds at courses that I do not set a distance for. This becomes a little plus. If you tap it, I was going to have it pull up a little dialog with letting you enter in the distance for that hole. Yeah, I will get to that one a little bit later. Round display, that's going to be in this whole breakdown. It is going to be, might be a little tricky here. Show dialogue in terms of how I want to do it. Might need to get a little ChatGPT input there, just because now I'm worried about, the same thing I just did on the add a course view. Typing in distances, I, pull up the keyboard, pull up this little container. That's probably going to be weird when I already have the dialogue pulled up. Maybe I just make each one of these clickable. I wonder if I export this, does it show distances? It does show those. Okay. Dash reveal lantern. Don't let this show on the share view. Okay, that's something I might work on a little bit later off video. But we repped out a lot today. This was a pretty productive day of coding. I think now, really for the most part, all of our stats are in their final layout for launch. We've got female protective visions added in. We've got changing whole pars during the round. We updated the keyboard functions for the add a course view. My goal here, the reason I'm implementing this is that it's much faster to add a course in the app if you don't add distances, but people might shoot a really good round, want to share the round later, and it looks a little goofy to not have the distances here. So for people who have that, if they want to add the distances later, just so it looks a little bit nicer like this, where you actually have whole distances, I want them to have that option. That's the goal. So that's what I'm trying to figure out. Trying to figure out how to do no changing distances once they're entered, but if you haven't entered one, we'll let it update here. So I'll figure that out, but we fixed the driving graphics too. Outside of that, I think I'm done for the video today. The goal is going to be to get this little fix implemented and then start doing some research on how to set up this watch app. Try and get a rough structure built out before I leave here in a couple days. I don't know if I'm going to try to do any coding while I'm gone, so we'll see about that. But and then the explanations, yeah, that's going to be a whole nother thing for all the stats. We'll think about that one too. So yeah, that's gonna wrap it up for the video today. Lots of progress. Still not quite ready to jump into the watch app yet, but really close. I'm running out of things to come up with to put on this list, and I'm nearly finished with it. So pretty exciting. I've been enjoying using C1x during my rounds. Been using it for every tournament round for the past month. And especially with some of these new stats in and some of the stats that I have coming in the future, it's, I think, going to be a pretty powerful tool for identifying areas of improvement in your game, which is ultimately the goal. That's why we keep stats in the first place. So, yeah. we will call it there for today. Probably be back at some point tomorrow. But as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.